All right, we're gonna be changing out these control arms now. So go ahead and remove the nut that's down here for your ball joint, and then we will remove the bolt for the ball joint. So 15 millimeter is what the size is. And I grabbed a 16 millimeter because I wasn't paying attention, and it's not even that, it's a Torx on this side, so that's cool. Which I don't think that's supposed to be there, but maybe it is. So we're gonna find out. I gotta go get the Torx socket. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, grab yourself a T45 Torx. Oh, I can't get in there because the brakes are in the way. That dead ass in the way. I was expecting that to just put up a fight the whole way, so that's why I wanted to use the impact wrench. Okay, so now that's out of the way.
Explain what you did.
Oh, yeah, so we just took the bolt out that holds the ball joint into the knuckle. So you see this ball joint here? It's got like a groove in it, like around the whole thing. Well, the bolt goes in there and it like slides in and like locks it in place so that the thing can't come out. So yeah, we had to take this bolt out. So like I say, 15 millimeter nut on one side, take that off, and then T45 Torx on the other side. Why not make it a 15? Don't know. Then we take that thing out, and oh, but don't forget, you can't get to that if you have a long bit or anything that's longer than like an inch, because the caliper's in the way. And if you're trying to take your caliper off, just keep in mind that they put these stupid little locating dot things on there that get jammed up in your brake caliper, and it like won't come off. And you'll be like reaming on your caliper trying to get it off. So you just take a screwdriver and you just go in there like a savage and just, no, don't do that. Don't be rammy with it. These are really brittle. They'll crack and break. But you just get in there with like a little screwdriver and like press the caliper back as much as you can go, and then that'll come off. So just be gentle with it. And then now that that's like that, you can see we've got a slot that's in there on this knuckle. It's a split knuckle. So what we gotta do there is we use like a little punch and a hammer, or you just go straight savage like me and use your air hammer, and you ram it in that slot, and then you open it up, and it relieves all the tension on the ball joint, so you can remove the ball joint from the knuckle. So let me just demonstrate what I mean. You stick that in there, and you just unload that tension, and then that's supposed to come out of there. I don't have a pry bar, so I'll use the next best thing. But you see what I mean, like, there we go, it came out of there. So I'm gonna go get my pry bar, and I'm just gonna get it out of there, so. Just like that, folks. That's how we do her. Okay, so the geniuses at Ford decided to put a nut and a bolt on there instead of welding the nut on the back like every other manufacturer, which is cool, that's fine. So now you have to go get another tool out of your toolbox, a wrench, or vice grips if you're feeling sort of spicy. I'm gonna try the vice grips method because I'm too lazy to go to the other side of the shop right now. And then look forward to doing the same thing on the back bolts that hold the control arm on. Yeah, I gotta get a wrench, that sucks. But you can see here, these back bolts, they also just put a nut on the back side, which is totally cool for this one. But the other one that's in there is a little further back, which will probably honestly not that bad, but look forward to that one too. Okay, so it was a 21 mil nut that was in there. So that's cool. We got a, what do we got? 18 mil bolt, 21 mil nut. Makes complete sense. All right, let's go to the next one. Looks like we got a 15 mil bolt with maybe an 18 mil nut. What a guess. Okay, 15, 18. Let's party. Can we get the other one? Oh, they tricked us. It's like a 21 mil bolt, and I don't even know what size of nuts on the other side. Okay, it was a 19 mil and a 21. Okay, so that makes total sense. The front bolt is a 15? No, 18 and 21. Then we got a 15 and an 18, and then we got a 19 and a 21. So just remember that. Gotta get rough with it, you know? Beat it down a little bit like it owes you money. Okay. One down. Now I'm gonna prep the surface before I put the new one in. The subframe at the front here, where it gets pinched, like in here, you'll get like rust and dirt and stuff built up. We want that surface nice and clean so that everything slides in beautifully. We can just stick the bolts in it and go gung-ho. So I'm gonna clean it up and we'll be right back. Oh, can't get in there. All right, I'm just gonna sort of snug these down a little bit so that I can get that back bolt in. Yeah, probably something like that. You've seen that it like sucked the back down a lot closer, so it aligns those holes a little nicer. So hopefully, yeah, we can just stick that bolt right in there and then start our nut. By the way, that front bolt, the nut, where that nut goes, is a real treat to start because the sway bar link and your tie rod end are both in your way. And you'll have a real fun time sticking your hand in there, especially if you have big hands. So, okay. Dug it until it stops. My gun is on low, so that's not very tight. Now I'm going to tighten down the other one that I originally snugged down. That's this guy right here. Now I'm going to do the front one, which is right here. Oh, wrong size. Boom. Now, a bunch of people will probably say to like leave this one, we should probably actually do that. Probably like just back it off a little bit and tighten it once the car is loaded. And I'll do that once we get everything back together, get the wheels on, lower it down. I'll actually have the car sitting on the drive-on hoist and I'll loosen that bolt in the front. I'll jounce the car a couple times and that'll let that bushing settle into its natural resting position, and then I'll tighten that bolt down, because if we tighten it now, what's gonna happen is we're gonna let the car down, the suspension's gonna load up and it's gonna twist that bushing and it's gonna stay like that, and every time you go over a bump it's gonna be ripping that bushing and your bushings will fail way faster than they should. So okay, now they give you this little shield, and it's just a little protection shield so that things don't like wreck the boot on the ball joint, but just throw that right in the garbage. You don't need that. So now we just need to like get this ball joint in its home. So you just look at the angle of the ball joint and don't hammer the ball joint. But yeah, it should just go right in there without hammering the ball joint. Then we stick our bolt in there. It's a brand new bolt, by the way, because they're a torque to yield bolt. So get it? It's a torque to yield. Throw that one in the trash or keep it, you know. Maybe yours doesn't come with one. Also, they send you this awesome nut that's like in the shape of the letter O. A lowercase o, not an uppercase O. And then they do that so that it distorts the threads and it acts as like a natural Loctite without using Loctite. So you tighten it on and it just screws all the threads when you put it on and it doesn't want to loosen off. So that's why she's a one-time use only bolt. Those are my favorite kind of bolts, one-time use only. Especially when you don't have one to give to the customers and you have to tell them, it's gonna be another day, ma'am. I gotta get the one-time use only bolt from the dealer. We don't have it. Okay, so take our Torx. And what was that, a 15 or 17? So many numbers, I'm lost. Okay, it's like a 15. I don't have that wrench out. All right, now that's snug in there. I will now, I'm gonna torque that right now. And then I'm gonna put the brakes on, then I'm gonna put the wheel on, and then I'm gonna lower it down and do that other thing with the bushing I was talking about. Be right back. Okay, so here's the torque specs. We got our ball joint nut, 46 foot-pounds. Lower control arm front bolt and nut, that's 159 foot-pounds. Lower control arm rear inside bolt and nut, 118 foot-pounds. Lower control arm rear outside, this one here, 76 foot-pounds. And then our brake caliper slide bolts, these little ones that go on here to hold the caliper on, 20 foot-pounds. So that should be everything. The wheel nut torque's 100 foot-pounds. I think it's actually a little bit less than that, but that's just what I put them to myself, a little bit snug. That's the way I've always done it, been good, never had a wheel come off. So I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, so I'm gonna go and torque all those things, and I'll get this brake caliper put back on, get everything put on, lift it up, and maybe we'll show them just settling it, and I'll jounce the vehicle. So. Yeah. Okay. Okay, 159 is the torque spec for those. So you've seen that I loosen them off, jounce the vehicle up and down, let it settle to its natural resting position. And then we torque those down. And that way we don't smoke our bushings. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked this video. If you have any comments or remarks that you want to add, throw them down in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you in the next one.